Welcome this evening to our meeting, and I'd like to have the invocation now start our meeting. Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, we come to you this evening thanking you for this day that you've given us, thanking you for this opportunity that we have to meet here to conduct the business of this co-op. We thank you for our members. We thank you for our employees that work hard and diligently to keep the lights and power on at our homes and businesses. And we'd ask that you would watch over them and keep them safe as they go about their job. Go with us now and lead and guide us here this evening as we proceed with this meeting. Provide us safe traveling mercies home as we depart. All this we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
If you will, I'd like to ask you to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance of the flag.
And pledge allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Opening business meeting. Reports of the member present in person. Currently, we do not have any members that are present other than employees. Reading a notice of proof of publication of mailing. Yes, sir.
A couple of things, and I think we can move pretty quickly. In order to conduct our business this evening, we have to have a quorum. There are 5,896 active members of the cooperative. In order to act, we have to have 2.5% of those members here, either in person or by proxy. I'm advised that there are 6 members present in person. There are 841 members present by proxy. 2.5% is 148, so we're well over the number for a quorum, so we can conduct business. Proxies are held. We're required to divulge the individuals who are holding proxies. They are Jody Scott, Clyde Huffman, Matt McCaleb, Sam Clemens, J.C. Winstead, James Huffman, Pat Ryan, and Jasper Person. The meeting was called and the notice was given by a notice in Cooperative Living Magazine, the September edition. I have the pertinent notice here in my hands. It's entitled 83rd Co-op Annual Meeting, Saturday, October 10, 2020, 7 p.m. at the Craig-Botetourt Cooperative Office Facilities, where we are this evening. I also have a certification from Cooperative Living Magazine, Jim Robertson, who's the Creative Services Specialist, that the notice in the Cooperative Living Magazine was mailed from Danville, Kentucky Post Office on August 28, 2020, and that time frame meets with all the bylaw and state code requirements. And I would direct that the notice and the proof of mailing be filed with the records of this meeting as we do at each meeting. Also in the Cooperative Living Magazine, the September edition, there were minutes of the annual member meeting from last year, June 1, 2019. They were mailed again to all members in the magazine. I'd be happy to read the annual member meeting from minutes from June 1 of last year, but I would also be happy to entertain a motion from any member to dispense with the reading of the minutes and to approve the 2019 minutes as mailed. And I see I have a motion from Ms. Switzer. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a second from Mr. Persinger. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify so by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, no. The motion carries and the minutes are approved. The primary purpose of our meeting, as with every annual meeting, is to elect members of our board of directors. As all know who are here this evening, we have a 6-member board of directors. There are 2 from each of 3 geographical districts. District number 1 being Monroe County, West Virginia, Allegheny and Giles County. District number 2, Craig and Roanoke counties. District number 3, Botetourt and Montgomery counties. Tonight, we will be electing a board member from district number 2 and a board member from district number 3. You can be nominated to run for the office of a board member by any of 3 ways. One is by nomination from nominating committees. District number 2, the nominating committee consisted of Barry Francisco, Braylon Alley, and David Lindsay. And the district number 2, which again is Craig and Roanoke County, they have nominated J.C. Winstead. District number 3, the nominating committee consisted of R. Scott Stevens, S. Wayne DeHart, and Philip Brodsky. And that again is for Botetourt and Montgomery County. And that nominating committee has nominated James E. Huffman. Second way you can be nominated is by member petition. There are no such petitions this year, although if anyone wishes to do that, they would actually get their name on the ballot. The third way that one can be nominated is by nominations from the floor. Of course, all these methods of nominations are provided for in the cooperative bylaws. So I will open not for nominations from the floor for each of districts 2 or 3. Anyone who wishes to make a nomination, you need to make sure that the person that you're nominating is actually a resident of the geographical district for which they are running, and that that person is an adult and mentally competent and is willing to serve. So at this point in time, I will open the floor for nominations from the floor for a board membership for district number 2. Again, that's Craig and Roanoke counties. Are there any nominations from the floor?
I move the nomination be closed.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor of closing the nominations for district number 2, please signify so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The motion carries. I'll now open the floor for nominations for district number 3. Again, that's Botetourt and Montgomery counties. Are there any nominations from the floor?
Hearing none, I move the nomination be closed.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? You've heard the motion to close the nominations from the floor for district number 3. All in favor, please signify so by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Then the nominations from the floor are closed for district number 3. So we have 1 nominee for district number 2, J.C. Winstead, 1 for district number 3, James Huffman. At this time, we always ask if you would like for either Mr. Winstead or Mr. Huffman, if they wish to make any comments prior to the ballot. No? Okay. Very good. Then we need to go ahead and mark our ballots. Again, as you know, you will vote for each person, each nominee, no matter where you may live. So you vote for all of them. And if you'll go ahead and mark your ballots at this time, be sure to tear off and hold the bottom portion of the ballot. That's there in the event that there is some other matter that comes before the meeting that requires a vote. So go ahead and vote now, tear off the bottom. Sheila will pick up your ballots, and she and Tim then will proceed to count the ballots. Yes. Hey.
Would a motion be proper to, since there's not one for each one, and have them by acclamation?
Well, we need a count.
Or,
Now, you can make that motion once they come back,
oh,
but we do need a count, yes. That would be quicker, Pat, I grant you, but.
that's what I was saying.
Okay. I should have brought scissors.
Yeah, we need to perforate our ballots.
Or some kind of a squared off edge, anyway. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, we got all the ballots.
Nope, one more.
One more, okay, yeah.
Did Sheila get yours, Jasper? Did Sheila get yours?
Okay. Very good. We're now on the agenda to the report of the officers. Typically, each officer, I'd stand up here and introduce them immediately prior to their presentation. I'm going to go sit out in the audience. And so, but I'm going to introduce all three of them right now. The president will speak first, J.C. Winstead. When he's completed, James Huffman then, as Secretary-Treasurer, will make his report. And then when James has completed his report, Jeff Ahern, our CEO, will make his report. So, J.C., I'll call on you first.
Good evening. My name is J.C. Winstead, and I am the president of the board of Craig-Botetourt Electric Cooperative, your electric cooperative. I'd like to welcome each of you on behalf of the board to your annual meetings. Each year we get together to review the activities of the cooperatives in the prior year. As the board president, it is my honor to give you this update from the board of directors' perspective. It is a responsibility of the board to make sure the cooperative is being operated in a sound, professional manner, and that is consistent with the bylaws of the cooperative. We oversee and direct the chief executive officer of the cooperative to ensure the actions of the cooperative and its staff support the mission statement of the cooperative, which is each member and owner will be provided with the benefit of safe, reliable electric service at the lowest possible cost, consistent with sound management and cooperative principles. The board holds a monthly meeting to go over financial position of the cooperative and to conduct business on a variety of topics concerning the cooperative. Reflecting on 2019, the first half of the year brought record-breaking storm activities. With these storms, CBEC brought in neighboring cooperative crews to assist with the restoration efforts. These storms brought significant rainfall and wind that at times exceeded 70 miles per hour. 2019 overall was a mild temperature year, and with these conditions in place, the cooperative experienced lower than expected energy sales for these months in 2019 compared to our electrical demand. These conditions prompted us to take a hard look at our rates and subsequently the necessity of proposing changes to the current rate structure. The cooperative has not conducted a rate study in over 10 years, and significant changes have occurred in that time frame. Reliability of service is always at the forefront. We increased our right-of-way maintenance program from 150 miles of line to 190 miles of line in 2019. We also began construction of our Wanto substation. Members that reside in that area live more than 20 miles from the current substation that serves them. This creates power quality and reliability issues. The new substation will reduce this exposure and give members reliable power. Finally, we started a for-profit company, Be Online Advantage LLC, that will offer broadband and voice service. A partnership with the state of Virginia and Botetourt County allowed us to begin building this first phase of a fiber project that consists of a 44-mile state-of-the-art fiber-to-the-home service. CBEC's vision is the ability to serve our members that are currently either not served or underserved by broadband service. With a changing environment that we must operate within, we as directors of the cooperative must remain active in learning how to continue to serve our members. Each year the cooperative's directors have opportunity to attend educational training to keep up to date on the electric utility industry. In closing, even though the world changes, one thing will never change, and that is your cooperative will work as diligently as possible to continue to serve you in the future. Thank you for attending this annual meeting. J.C. Winstead.
Good evening. As Secretary Treasurer of your cooperative, it is my intent to report to you that Craig-Botetourt Electric Co-op had a challenging year in 2019. The cooperative operating margins was negative for the year at $197,991. However, with earnings, our overall margins were a loss of $95,699. Your cooperative sold $12,945,804 worth of electricity during 2019, compared with the total sales of $12,587,516 for the previous year. The cooperative losses are directly related to the overall weather pattern that was experienced during 2019. At the year end, Craig-Botetourt Electric Cooperative had 7,712 service connections in place, with 7,712 active counts on the books. These members were served by 1,399 miles of line. The average outing time per consumer per month during the year 2019 was 2.08, an increase of 0.03 hours over the last year's figure of 2.05 hours per consumer per month. For statistical details on the cooperative operation for the year 2019 can be found on the cooperative balance sheet and statements of revenue and patron capital. Your cooperative books were audited in 2019-2020 by the accounting firm Brown, Edwards and Company in Roanoke, Virginia. The report made to the board in March indicates that your cooperative is in good financial condition and all records are properly kept in accordance with the RUS Uniform System of Accounts. If you have specific questions regarding the operation of your cooperative, we invite you to stop by the cooperative office during the regular working hours and discuss them with management or the office staff. Finally, the staff and management of your cooperative would like to take this opportunity to thank you, members, owners, for the opportunity to serve you in the fine year. Thank you.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome the members and guests that are online to the 2020 annual meeting. My name is Jeff Ahern, and I'm the CEO of Craig-Botetourt Electric Cooperative. First of all, I would like to thank the employees and the directors of Craig-Botetourt Electric for the support that you have given me over the past year. I'd also like to thank Steve Yost, our cooperative attorney, for support that he has given me over the last year as well. As I reflect on 2019, it's hard not to be influenced by the 2020 year of 2020. Since our last annual meeting, some things have changed while others have stayed the same, but ultimately, with the goal of continuing to serve the members are our main priority. 2019 started out like a lion. We experienced several ice storms and windstorms during the first half of the year. Some of these storms had widespread impact on our system. That required us to bring additional crews in from other cooperatives. The winter and spring were relatively mild though, and that was a shocker for us, is that we would have a cold snap come through and create a peak on our system, but the sales were actually stagnant for those months that we were billed on. The mild temperature lasted for most of the year and led to a stagnant energy sales for that time period. Second, electrical distribution system and reliability. There are several items to discuss. Our right-of-way maintenance for all of our distribution lines. Maintaining our right-of-way is one of the most important actions we can take when it comes to our system's reliability. We live in a beautiful area of the state of Virginia. This beauty comes with some risk. The trees that are part of our beauty are susceptible to storm, disease, insects, and create challenges for operations of overhead electric lines. Even as we take care of our right-of-way, there is always a chance that a large tree outside the right-of-way can cause an outage. Our right-of-way program consists of a 7-year rotation schedule, which means that every portion of our system will be cut within a 7-year period. Also, we had the start of our Ronto substation, and that was an extraordinary process with the permitting taking the majority of the time. We started acquiring the material in 2019, and the substation is in Montgomery County, and the area is not too far from the truck stop area and the landfill location in Montgomery County. The members in this area have been plagued with power quality issues and extended outages, and this is due to the many miles of line exposure from the current substation that they're served from. Once Ronto is in place and in service, we will be able to backfeed other locations within the cooperative, back towards Stone Cold Gap region, and also back towards the Newcastle region. So there's multiple benefits, not only to the members that are immediately being served from that area, but also members that will not be served directly from this substation. We have taken delivery of the power transformer, the station steel, the protective devices that are within the substation, and the contractors are currently building it. And we anticipate we'll have the station commissioned and online by the first quarter of 2021. The fiber and broadband project. This project was originally in our construction work plan, and it was to be built between Stone Cold Gap substation and our substation in Eagle Rock, our Bessemer substation. This project was originally proposed to serve our smart grid technology that we have on the line and our AMI infrastructure that we have for our metering infrastructure. And we took a long look at it and said, you know, what is the best use of this particular fiber? And so we started looking at it and said, you know, this is an underserved area of our system, and the members there do not currently have reliable broadband connectivity. This project is going to be leased to our wholly owned subsidiary, Be Online Advantage. It would also provide the reliable communications to our smart grid technology. This includes real-time access to our new AMI automated metering infrastructure. It will also enable us to expand our current system automation, and this is the integral part where we can tie other substations together, like our new Oronto station to Stone Cold Gap, and also to our Meadows Creek substation in Newcastle. The project is almost complete. In fact, they completed the 44-mile installation of fiber, and splicing crews are coming in behind them now, completing the splicing process. We have 186 members that have already pre-registered for this broadband service that we'll be providing. And we're setting up appointments now for their service drops to be installed. Finally, in 2019, we saw a turbulent start to the year with powerful storms and mild temperatures. The decrease in energy sales and increase in right-of-way and line maintenance expense caused us to take a hard look at our current rate structure. The last time the cooperative filed a rate case was in 2010. Since then, we have several construction work plans with millions of dollars spent on system upgrades and also for reliability. We purchase our power from American Electric Power and Dominion Virginia Power. And all indications going forward look as if we are going to continue to see an increase in power costs. Cost to purchase power accounts for about 50% of our expenditures, and another 15% is fixed costs, and that we really can't easily change or affect. So that only leaves about 35% of our total cost that we have some control over. It is our responsibility to do what we can do to reduce those controllable portions. This must be a measured approach because a large portion of our controllable expenses is in our right-of-way program and vegetation control budget. This budget directly affects system reliability. So in closing, we are constantly looking at ways to reduce costs and increase the reliability of our system. 2019 was a tough year financially and operationally. We have put in place significant cost-cutting measures in 2020. Also, I hope and pray that our members and their families are doing well during this time of uncertainty. Thank you. So I think we'll move right into the announcement of the scholarship winners. There were 3 high school seniors whose families are served by Craig-Botetourt Electric Cooperative have earned college scholarships. The grants were awarded by the Education Scholarship Foundation of Virginia, Maryland, Delaware Associates of Electric Cooperatives. Ian McFarland and Hunter Jones received a $1,000 scholarship to continue their studies. Ian McFarland of Eagle Rock is a student of James River High School in Buchanan. And Hunter Jones, a Newcastle resident, is a student of Craig County High School. Lauren Craddock is the recipient of a $1,500 CD Heights Memorial Scholarship, named for a local educator who served for many years on the board of Craig-Botetourt Electric Cooperative. Lauren is a student at Craig County High School, and students were eligible for consideration because their parents are consumer members of Craig-Botetourt Electric Cooperative. And next, I'd like to announce the Years of Service Awards. Jody Scott, journeyman lineman of 20 years, and we will not have the employees come up and receive the awards until the end. And so Jody Scott for 20 years, Troy Duncan, Technical Service Supervisor, 20 years, Pete Birch, Chief Lineman, 30 years, Sheila Switzer, 50 years, Member Service Manager. And Pat Ryan, Board of Director for 25 years. Congratulations. And that concludes the Years of Service Award. Actually, I'll tell you what, I've got the awards right here. I'll hand out Mr. Pat Ryan. Thank you, sir. And Sheila, I have a plaque and a certificate and a pin for you as well. Thank you.
Is there any unfinished business? Any unfinished business? Hearing none, is there any new business that we need to discuss? Any new business? Hearing none, I'll move on to the report of the chairman of the vote tellers, which I have received from Ms. Switzer. J.C. Winstead was reelected as a board director for District Number 2 with 847 votes. James Huffman was reelected as a board member for District Number 3, also receiving 847 votes. And at this point, is there anything further, Mr. Chairman? Anything else from anyone?
I move to adjourn.
Been a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
A motion and second have been made. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of adjourning the meeting, please signify so by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you for coming and have a safe evening.
Thank you, sir.